Laughing Witch in the what? Oh, it just started now. Okay, not a hangout, just a quick upload. So a little bit more about Thunderfoot and Laughing Witch and the issue of going after someone's livelihood. Now, just to be clear, this shouldn't take long. Just to be clear, I do think it's wrong on both sides to do, absolutely. And I do not really respect the position of forgiving either side because, oh, the other side is worse or whatever. It's possible for two people in a fight to go to jail for battery. And, so let's say hypothetically there's potential crimes in this. Let's say if they could, I say hypothetically because I don't see how this would internationally happen, and this kind of prosecution be hard to imagine. So let's just say hypothetically, okay, with the Yelp stuff, maybe there was some defamation. No, the ones I read were mostly people saying what had gone on YouTube, but there were a few that were pretending to review the business, and those would be lies and defamation that obviously hurts their bottom line. So let's say that could be prosecuted, and let's say that an accusation of being a Nazi in a place where that's illegal is, and libel also is a factor, and that could be prosecuted. Now, if it could or couldn't, that's not the point. My point is prosecute all of that, both of those sides. That's fine. My video talked about the Thunderfoot being attacked part because it does matter to me who starts a fight. It does not justify everything that happens after that. It doesn't mean everything goes. And I think probably in the future, in 1,000 years, probably instead of the focus being on who started the fight, it'll probably be, like the focus will be on who will stop it. Maybe the moral burden will move to having the responsibility to stop things, because if everybody had that attitude, then things would stop so quickly they wouldn't get very big, and you wouldn't even think of them as having begun. But that's in the future when people are peaceful, not now. I'm part of this 20th century, really, mostly so far, but let's say 21st century. And, I do think it matters who starts a certain kind of fight. And the reason it's important is because, I'm SJW. I will adopt that, except for I'm not a warrior. I'm a peace activist, social justice peace activist. Could I be that? What would that be? The SJPA? And, I don't really worry too much about how this plays into the hands of people who are going to go, look, see how feminists are, look, see how blah, blah, blah. But I do think that, one, this is a person that is narrowly focused, because by my view, when you go to an employer, especially, even more than customers, when you go to an employer, you're just playing the boss man card. I'm going to go to your masters, you slave. And going to the customers is also counterproductive, but I think for different reasons, basically for free market reasons, where people that know how to refurbish porcelain tubs should be able to do that productively, regardless of what their politics are, just so we can all have jobs and politics. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. But I'm not too worried about that being used against us. That'll be used anyway, and people are people. And, I don't like that example. But it's not that it might even stick, but whatever. We'll just have to deal with that. But I definitely don't like the way it attacks the conversation in general, right? So the conversation is then attacked. You might say, well, it was already shit. Well, no, it could be not happening at all, and we're trying to make it better, not try to eliminate it. And so to me, to make a principled statement of why it's okay to go after someone's livelihood, It's like I'm a relativist. If that's your frame of reference and you're in a sphere like that, I disagree with that sphere. I'd like you to have your own country or something if it's really necessary for you to do it, or if we're going to live in the same country, let's, or virtual space like the great debate, then let's agree on some ground rules that we, can accept. Because however much Laughing Witch doesn't like Thunderfoot, there's a million guys out there that think like Thunderfoot that aren't talking to anybody online about it. They're just talking to their buddies. And it is an opportunity to be able to talk to people of whatever viewpoint there is. And so we fight each other. We're like that, Wile E. Coyote was in that other cartoon with the sheepdog where he played the Ralph and the Hank and the Ralph. And it's like that. It's like we're really working for the same thing here. And we go and we have our contests, but it's like sports and everything else. And if you're going to actually attack people's livelihood and make it so that they can't even take part, then you're kind of just, there's a thanklessness there, which is also, related to why I never liked Thunderfoot in the first place, because I don't like this is a pattern. It's like the one trick pony of so many people, let's just say. Where you go try to find a village idiot, whether it's a creationist or he thinks the feminists are that village idiot, or whomever you can paint as a village idiot because there's some group or your opinion and you think that this person can be joked on in that way and just ridiculed and throw vegetables and stuff. And I'm not into that. Okay. But that's within the conversation. I don't have to talk to people like that quite so much. And I do comment on them. I've commented on Thunderfoot ever since he started hating on Muslims and whatnot. But it's an opportunity to comment. And if I take it, then I take it. And if I don't, then I don't. And it is different from going after somebody's livelihood. So, okay, in summary, let me just say that, yeah, in 1,000 years, I think people might be more enlightened. And there might be a big focus on who stops the conflict. I am born in the 20th century, and however enlightened I'm trying to become before I die, to me it matters who started the bar fight, right? And as far as who's really to blame, both sides are to blame. I would do neither side of that, obviously. I always speak out against this kind of activity, as well as the kind of messages that provoked, each side. And yet it matters to me who started the thing, because that's where this whole snowball effect, I'd rather their side. Like if it's inevitable that it come to this, I'd rather their side do it, right? Or at least start it. I'd rather, if your buddy gets in a bar fight with some guy, you'd rather he wasn't the asshole that was, starting it. And I think that's all, all there really is to say about it. I mean, if you could punish everybody for whatever legal transgressions have happened, if any happened, great, do that. And if you want to talk social justice, hey, social justice wars don't start these kinds of things. No, think twice, right? Because it's always going to backfire. That's the other reason not to do it, right? Even if you think it's great and totally justified, how about don't do it for the same reason we're not going to torture people? It doesn't work.